the next Lord of the End Times is 1, 2, and 3. Who is this?
The triplets.
The triplets.
The foul triplets. So this is the Glockkin
in
all its glory, and that is the three brothers, Ethrak, Otto, and Gurk. So they come as a powerhouse. Literally, Gurk is the powerhouse, stomping around there as we see, with Ethrak and Otto on top. So you got a casting character up there, as well. Their backstory, if you don't know, they were raised in sort of the Norscan waste, and the Empire came and smashed down their village and destroyed everything. They lost their parents, and of course this was just the opportunity for Nurgle. There's already a connection there to sort of sow that seed, pledge themselves to him, and we have this mighty, beautiful trio.
Does feel like they got very different deals in that barter. So, Glockkin, they're joining us as
Warriors of Chaos.
Warriors of Chaos.
Yeah, and there's a few reasons for that. And this actually goes all the way back, like maybe 20 minutes or something. Part of the reason we're comfortable making Sigvald a champion is because we are sort of opening it up to go, okay, well, the Glockkin will be a second Nurgle champion. We're okay having a second Slaanesh champion. But the big reason why we wanted them to be Warriors of Chaos was from a campaign playstyle point of view. We really want it to go, we've got Warriors of Chaos here, we've got Festus there, and there's Nurgle all the way there. This was our nice extra step along the journey of where do they sit in this picture. So they have the greatest access to demons and the Nurgle roster compared to any of the other. None of the champions of Chaos will get anywhere near the level of Nurgle access that the Glockkin will get, but they are still using some of the core Warriors of Chaos loop with their own special mechanic as well. And
I think we'll swap on over to showing actually. Hopefully they can still hear us showing the Glockkin in action. But we've got a few units we'll be showing off, and I think a couple of those units will. I can see people saying makes sense. But I think a couple of those units will also show what we've been able to add to the Warriors of Chaos roster by making Glockkin into Warriors of Chaos, right?
Yeah. For those that know every unit we have in the game so far, there's actually not that many Nurgle units left. Yeah. We've got all the ones that we can get in now. Yeah. But there are other units that were still on the table, so we felt that actually, again, as another justifying point, Glockkin being Warriors of Chaos allows us to bring in some of the really cool units that aren't yet in the game.
Yeah. They get some big gribblies.
Yeah. He's doing some gribblies as well right now, by the looks of it. So he's got a special, I think that's an ability, right, that you're using there to, and then I charge him in. I quite enjoyed recording Glockkin. He's very imposing. One of the figures we'll show later, I did not enjoy having to record, as you'll see. But a fantastic model. He did keep turning away from me all the time I was recording. But fantastic attacks. I think we've got that guy at the top as well. He's casted, throwing down some ranged fire as we were walking in.
Yeah, well, not really, but he's
projectile every now and then.
Yeah, he's swiping. So Otto's at the very top. He's our super fan of Nurgle. He's the true believer of the three brothers. Ethrak is the caster, somewhat in the middle with the third arm, which is casting some of the spells in the animations. And Gurek, but he can only say Gurk now, so he goes by Gurk. Is the big boy stomping as we see on screen. I do want to take a second to point out the top and bottom titles, because after the last time we did this video, all of these stats are definitely going to change.
Yeah, I can see a lot of people trying to discuss the health.
Yeah, all of these stats are definitely going to change, and they are work in progress. Yeah. I remember when we showed the Tzeentch and guard off, there was some concerns. And that won't be what's in the game.
So I grabbed this from a build, 3 days ago, Friday. Had to re-export it today because I misspelled progress. Which goes to show how development in progress that is, even working on the words. But that is absolutely right. So I think there were some balance questions last time about Knights Panther, and I believe by the time we showed the video, they'd already been rebalanced from them. Yes. So I would take the numbers on the side as kind of a guide of what we're trying to make their role, rather than the specific numbers they'd land on.
Yeah, it's also where we don't necessarily show many of the abilities, because that's just more areas for us to say this is work in progress.
Yep. Shall we move on to the next unit?
Yeah.
Or should I say,
He's got some friends, hasn't he?
units. So the Putrid Blight Kings.
Had to do 'em.
Had to. And do you know what? I think there was a thread about this I saw yesterday, debating how we would do them. Would they be one unit? Would they be variants? And how have we done it?
There's 3 variants.
There
We've got all 3 variants in there. Yeah.
So here, and these are going to cycle through. So here we've got the base variant as axe and shield, and then we've got dual axes. I've got to say, I love the stomachs. On these
like
guys.
a little bell,
Yeah.
little Nurgling.
And then at some point in about 10 seconds, it will show us the third variant, who has, you can see one there, the Nurgling in the stomach
Yeah.
is fascinating and disgusting in equal measure. So is the bell. Some of them have like a bell ringing in there. So we've got 3 different variants here. Is that us trying to mirror what we see on the tabletop?
Yeah, effectively. We wanted to make sure that we got all of them in so that there was a space in your roster for them as well. Like they are one of the most iconic end times units like that are in the entire setting.
Yeah.
So we thought, well, we have to do every part of it. We can't just pick our favourite.
For sure.
And we get to see them absolutely chow down on some units here. I think these are a mix of very low level and decent tier Kislev. But they, especially the great weapons, absolutely chewed through them in this.
I think to that point, that's what we've been trying to do for all these rosters, all the characters across the Lord of the End Times DLCs. Make sure that we've got the thematic units that are associated to it. So they do come in slightly different shapes and sizes, but it's really true to the Lord that you get in that pack.
Outside of Glockin, who else would anyone else have access to the Putrid Blight Kings? Are the Nurgle factions?
Yeah, so the Nurgle factions get them, Glockin gets them, and Archaon will definitely get them, because Archaon gets everything.
Yeah.
He's the coolest guy.
Someone said they don't look entirely finished, and they are development in progress. And
it was a keen eye whoever said that.
Then I'll let this bit finish off just because there's I love seeing the animations of the great weapons. But then we will move on to our next unit, who I think is one very tall, who I think people are going to be pretty excited to see.
Kitted out as well.
Indeed. I put the Putrid Blight Kings there to show the absolute scale of this. You can see there's the armour on the giant is maybe what's going to differentiate them from what's already in the roster.
Big old blades as well.
I guess so. So the blades linked arms.
But gameplay wise, definitely the armour, right?
Yeah, I mean, a giant's biggest weakness is the fact that a few cheap archers can eventually take it down.
Yeah,
you're going to struggle to take this down with archers now. So that's the big upgrade. But again, to go back to why Warriors of Chaos is really useful for the Glockin pack is we've got this awesome guy.
Yeah.
And as we've done many times before, these guys will turn back up in the Chaos Dwarf Hellforge as well because
that's exactly what people were just asking.
Oh,
so glad you managed to jump on that.
We're on the same wavelength, guys.
Excellent.
So you can see, I think we had up there a couple of the abilities as well. I think we saw one of them pop as he charged in, which is an aura, which, if I had the memory to be able to remember what it said it did, I'd be a stronger man. But that'll come.
There's Yell and Ball.
Yes.
And there's the active, which is ripping blades.
Yeah, which I don't think we get to see ripping. There you go, Yell and Ball. So reducing the leadership of everyone around them, which is the hex that we saw coming in as they moved in, and ripping blades being an activatable, which is a really cool little animation. But not in that video. He's just wailing on him. Okay, we have one more unit that we have to reveal, and then we are going to start wrapping things up. Let me just see if there's any questions from chat that have been passed forward. Nothing that I can see in there. All right. This was so difficult to film.
Right, this guy.
He moves around so you can see it here. He moves around so much.
He's twitchy.
He is. I love this though when he's burying himself in his ooze. Not a sentence I thought I'd say. So the basilisk. What kind of role is there? We've got them up there as a support monster. What kind of role should we expect to see?
I think that's a pretty good summary. Being a support monster, it's another pretty fast big monster in the roster of a single entity, and they've got a few auras on them that will make them problematic. Did the video stop there?
It's only for us.
Oh, okay. It's just a bit laggy. Okay, but yeah, another big fast monster effectively.
Yeah.
Which is quite useful for Warriors of Chaos because really, they've got the Slaughter Brute. They've got a few really really big ones, but at this tier, they're kind of in a comparable point to Shaggoths in terms of cost range. So it's a nice, cool unit to have.
It was a great one, putting on the roster. And then the animators, you need to animate 8 legs, and a tail, and
And then they said, well, why don't we also have him pick up a unit and eat them live on the battlefield?
Yeah. But it's great to get him into the game now. So I don't know if Monstrous Arcanum is quite complete yet, but we've done quite a few.
I think there's like a couple of things of the incarnates, but we've got the vast majority now.
Yeah. There's a question there of if you'd know who else would get access to the Basilisk.
So it's being debated because there's a certain culture that just happens to inherit.
I think that is what. I think that's the one that's currently being debated in chat.
well, let's say the debate continues, and potentially you could weigh in on the debate.
Yeah.
If you have a very strong opinion, let us know, and we can talk about all of our many stakeholders that agree on where should it sit.
We're seeing. Someone said, "Are we talking about the French?" That's not the faction we're talking about. Every DLC is a Beastmen DLC. I'm not seeing anyone say no. I don't want to see them as Beastmen, but I'd be surprised if I did.
I'm waiting for the one guy on Reddit who says, "I don't want to see them as Beastmen."
That'll be me. I don't want to have to film it.
They've come a long way, the Beasties.
They have, and we'll see if they get a little bit more. Okay, I'm bringing us back to our camera.